free fall. When a body falls from a height towards the earth only under the influence of the gravitational force with no other force acting on it, the body is said to have that a free fall. The body having a free fall is called freely falling body. Galileo proved that the acceleration of an object falling freely towards the earth does not depend on the mass of the object. So Galileo do that some experiment. According to that, Galileo climbed to the top of that leaning tower of that Pisa in the presence of a large gathering. He dropped a pairs of different masses and materials simultaneously from the top. To the great surprise of the gathering, all the spears reached the earth's surface at the same time. So he concluded that the acceleration of the object falling freely towards the earth does not depend on the mass of the object. Then Galileo further explained that the difference in the rate of fall of heavy and light body is due to the difference in resistance or friction of air experienced by them. He predicted that if there were no air, the two objects of different masses would reach the ground simultaneously when dropped from the same height. Then he do one more experiment. A coin and a piece of the paper are dropped simultaneously from the same height. Imagine that the vacuum is created by evacuating the air from the glass jar, and the feather and the coins fall with the same acceleration and reach the ground at the same time. Acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration produced in the motion of the body falling under the force of gravity is called acceleration due to gravity, and it is denoted by small g. Acceleration due to gravity small g, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Now the calculation of acceleration due to gravity. For this calculation we want to know that the relation between that small g and that capital G. Suppose the earth is a sphere of mass capital M and the radius capital R. Consider a body of mass small m situated at the distance small r from the center of the earth. According to the Newton's law of gravitation, the force of attraction between the earth and the body is given by F is equal to capital G capital M small m upon r square. This force of gravity produces an acceleration called that acceleration due to gravity the body of mass small m. Hence from that Newton's law, F is equal to capital M into acceleration, that is mass into acceleration. So here that acceleration is due to gravity, that is small g. So we get that mg. From equation 1 and 2 we get that mg is equal to capital G capital M small m upon r square. From that we get that small g, which is equal to G capital M upon r square. This equation given acceleration due to gravity at point far away from the earth. If body is located on the surface of the earth, then small r is equal to capital R, the radius of the earth. The above equation become now small g, that is in surface, is equal to capital G M upon capital R square. This equation gives acceleration due to gravity at the surface of the earth. Clearly, that is small g is independent of that the mass small m of the body. As the radius of the earth does not change much over its the entire surface, the value of g is almost constant near or on the earth. So the value of the earth, which we already discussed on the surface, that will be 9.8 meter per second square. Acceleration due to gravity on the earth is calculated. So for that, using the equation small g is equal to capital G M upon r square, and knowing that the value of capital G, then we calculate the value of the acceleration due to gravity. Take the value of the mass of the earth, which is equal to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram, and the radius is equal to 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. To calculate the value of the g on the earth's surface, m is given, that is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilogram, and the radius, that is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6, and you know that capital G, which is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. According to that formula, small g is equal to capital G, capital M upon capital R square. So we put that the value, we get that the answer 9.8 meter per second square. The variation of that acceleration due to gravity, first is that the acceleration due to gravity decreases with that altitude. So that here that the small g is equal to gm upon r square, g dash is equal to gm upon r plus h the whole square. Second, acceleration due to gravity decrease with depth, that is small g is equal to capital G, capital M upon capital R square. So that the g dash is equal to capital G, that capital M dash upon R minus h the whole square. That the third one is that acceleration due to gravity is greater at the poles and less at the equator. So Gp is equal to capital G, capital M upon Rp the whole square. Then Ge, that is gravitation in that equator, which is equal to capital G, capital M upon Re the whole square. Earth is slightly flattened on the poles and the bulging at the equator. The radius of the earth at the pole is 21 km less than that at the equator. That is Rp is greater than that Re. Therefore, from the above equation, G and M being same and G is inversely proportional to the square of the radius. So here that the G is greater than that Ge. So Gp is equal to 9.823 meter per second square. Ge is equal to 9.789 meter per second square, and the average value of G, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Cartesian sign convention for vertical motion. The physical quantity having vertically upward motion are assigned positive values. On the other hand, the physical quantity having vertically downward motion are assigned negative values. The acceleration due to that gravity, that is small g, always act in the downward direction and hence then taken as negative. Tips to solve that the numericals problem. Small g is always taken as negative. When a body is dropped freely, its initial velocity, that is small u, will be 0. When a body is thrown vertically upward, its final velocity becomes 0 at the maximum height. The time taken by the body is to rise to the highest point is equal to the time it takes to that fall from the same height. So we can say that in this convention, the physical quantity acting in the upper direction are taken as positive and those acting downward direction are taken as negative. As the acceleration due to gravity small g act is that the downward direction towards the center of the earth, so it will be taken as negative whether the body goes up or falls down. Equation of vertical motion under the influence of G. We already discussed about that the Newton's equations of motion. Let a body be thrown vertically downward with initial velocity u. Let the final velocity of the body after time t be v. Let h be the height, vertical distance covered by the body, and h be the acceleration due to gravity. Then the equation of motions are v is equal to u plus gt, h is equal to ut plus half at square, that is gt square, v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. When a body is dropped freely, the equation of motions are v is equal to gt, then h is equal to half gt square and v square is equal to 2gh. When a body is thrown vertically upward, the equation of motions are v is equal to u minus gt, h is equal to ut minus half gt square and v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. Mass. The mass of a body represents the quantity of matter contained in the body. It gives the measure of inertia of the body. Greater than the mass of a body, greater is its inertia. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. The mass of the body has only magnitude and no direction. Therefore, mass is a scalar quantity. Can the mass of the body be zero? No, the mass of the body can never be zero. Is the mass of an object a constant quantity? Yes. An object contains same quantity of matter whether the object is on the earth and the moon or even in that outer space. Thus the mass of the object is constant and does not change from that the place to place. So here that the CGS unit of that mass is gram or G. Mass of the body, that we already discussed that it will be constant and does not change from place to place. Mass is measured by a beam or common balance. Mass of the body cannot be zero. How does the mass of the body change when it takes into a deep space? The mass of the body does not change from that place to place. And the last topic is that weight. Weight of a body is the force with which it is attracted towards the center of the earth. When a body falls towards the earth, the gravitational force of the earth produces an acceleration small g called that acceleration due to gravity in the motion of body. According to Newton's second law, the force of attraction on the body of mass m will be F is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, that is equal to mg. This force is known as the weight of the body. Hence, the weight of the body is given by W is equal to mg. As the value of the g varies from place to place, the weight of the body also varies from that place to place. It's actually vertically downward towards the center of the earth. So, the SI unit of that weight is Newton or N. Weight of the 1 kilogram mass is 9.8 Newton. Weight is a vector quantity since it has both magnitude and direction. Weight changes from place to place. Weight is measured by a spring balance, and the weight of the body can be zero when the body is taken to the center of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity at the center is zero, hence weight is zero. On the moon, the acceleration due to gravity is nearly 1/6 of the earth, and hence the weight of the body on the moon is 1/6 of its weight on the earth. So we can say that how does the weight of the body depends on the mass at a given place. Same you can use that at a given place the value of g is constant, therefore the given place the weight of the body is directly proportional to its mass. It is due to this reason that the given place we can use the weight of the body as a measure of its mass.